Yet another mall in Buffalo, New York. This time, we find one that is in a somewhat healthier condition with fair occupancy and a decent anchor lineup. This is the Boulevard Mall, a charming mall in the Buffalo region. Boulevard Mall began life way back in 1962 as the first indoor shopping mall in the greater Buffalo metro, situated in the outskirts of Amherst. Sadler's and Jen's would be notable anchors at the mall, with JCPenney coming later into the picture around 1970. Over time, the mall would become popular with Canadian residents looking for a better deal across the border. A small extension on the south end of the mall would be built in 1978. However, information is scarce on the mall, leaving gaps in the mall's past. However, we would find that a food court was added in 1994, and the mall would renovate in 1997, bringing it to the look that we have today. And finally, Sears would come into the picture in 2000. Another gap in the history is present, and we would find that the food court was taken away. A Dick's Sporting Goods store would be set up as a secondary anchor. What was once Sibley's and Jen's were now both Kaufmann's, and those would eventually convert to Macy's. However, as we entered the 2010s, the retail apocalypse would have its way with the Boulevard Mall. Sears was the first to go. No surprise there, as it was one of 30 stores in early 2017 to close. However, that empty space is still empty to this day. October 2017 would see one of the Macy's stores close as they opted to consolidate operations into one single store. And to round off 2017, Forest City Enterprises, the mall's owners at the time, were falling on hard financial times, and in order to avoid foreclosure, would sell the mall to the mortgage holder, Miami-based LNR Partners. Today, the mall is currently owned by Douglas Development after the mall went up for auction in 2019. The city of Amherst also wanted to use a $10 million grant to retrofit Boulevard Mall. This move, if done, would turn Boulevard Mall into a mixed-use center and would make way for an extension of the Buffalo Metro Rail, which would connect to the northern campus of the University at Buffalo. Of course, all plans for the Boulevard Mall, and the rest of New York for that matter, are on hold thanks to, it, among other matters. Even though this was a 60s era mall, its renovation in the 90s makes this mall shine. It's a lovely little mall with charming touches here and there, and of course, there's always extra points for an active fountain and planters. Overall, this is a charming mall, and I kinda like it. Of course, we have to talk about 2020. We have to. We can't escape it until I build a time machine. 2020 has been a bad year. particularly for retail, as we were forced to close, among other issues. JCPenney is in bankruptcy, though is expected to re-emerge once someone makes a purchase. A large number of inline tenants are going through bankruptcies of their own, some closing en masse, and others planning to move away to online services. And finally, small businesses are actively being destroyed, literally in some parts of the US. That old Hollister is now a locally run place, primarily a bookstore. However, they did have a section for movies. While taking a break to look over the merchandise, I found an old movie. One of those cheesy mid-1900s sci-fi movies that may have had some good ideas, but suffered from bad acting and/or limited technology. That movie was The Brain That Would Not Die. And before you ask, yes, I bought it. I mean, what do you want? It was under $10 and the DVD came with a shirt. I couldn't pass that opportunity up. What's going to happen with the mall in the future? That is a difficult question to answer, and I'm not good at making predictions, but I will try. Even before I was skeptical about this mall's future. I remember sending a message to a local in the area talking about this mall being next in line once the Main Place Mall, McKinley Mall, and Eastern Hills Mall die out completely. I just had a feeling. And now, with travel becoming more restrictive, physical retail becoming more restrictive and ever more precarious, I have a feeling we're only going to be seeing the Walden Galleria remaining in Buffalo. Anyway, we are just about done touring the Boulevard Mall. What did you think about this place? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Then do share your own thoughts down below in the comments, after hitting that like button and maybe subscribing if you haven't already. This concludes our tour of the Buffalo region malls, but if you ask nicely, I might go back to the Buffalo area and conquer the 1 or 2 malls that I missed. Additionally, I can be found on Minds, BitChute, and Ko-fi. And as always, if you want to discuss the world of retail, you can find a link below to the Retail Union Discord server. I'll meet you there. Well guys, until next time, this is Doomie Grunt, wishing you and the Boulevard Mall farewell and good luck in this insane state. Bye.